Hello.
Yo, Ellen, it's your old pal.
Hi, Sean. What is it?
Hey, you might want to get on YouTube and see what your ex-girlfriend has been saying about you.
Fuck! Someone is controlling my car! Oh God, I need to get out of here.
Ma'am, everything's gonna be all right. We're here to help you.
No, I'm not safe! Where are you taking me? No! She's behind this!
Ma'am, please remain calm. You're in safe hands.
When a group of animators uploaded this clip, the internet went wild. But what happens when you find out that this was the exact scene that allegedly played out with Ellen DeGeneres ex Anne Heche?
That's some sort of sign, but yes. So basically the activity that we were looking for, that anxious or that quick moving, that was going on the other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, he's completely alive.
What the hell?
According to reports reaching us, Joe Rogan is reportedly sitting on information that could blow this entire case wide open. The story of Anne Heche's final days might be more sinister than anyone anticipated.
So when she's dying and when that all happens, I'm legitimately bereft in a way that maybe surprised me. I'd wake up in the morning and think, oh my God, something's wrong. Oh, Anne Heche is in a coma. Like, it was obsessive to me. So she died tragically. Somebody says, did you see this tape? I said, what tape? They said a year ago, she had a podcast. And on the tape, she's talking and she's very, 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 either in a manic state or sort of maybe high, but she was saying, I went actually to the Rosie O'Donnell show. And, Rosie O'Donnell herself walked in and said to me, Anne, if you mention anything gay of the world you think you're in, that you're doing things for gay people, if you mention anything like that, then I'm going to ruin your career. I will blackball you and blacklist you, and this show will never see the light of day. And that's what she said to me.
To understand the gravity of what may have happened, we have to go back to the strange and tragic final hours of Anne Heche's life. Her last known whereabouts were at a Los Angeles salon where she reportedly ordered a bright red wig. That detail has stuck with investigators and internet sleuths with suspicion for years. Why would Anne Heche, a woman who was no stranger to the spotlight, suddenly be purchasing a disguise?
She was just engaging and lovely and presentable and present when she visited my salon and purchased a red wig.
Close sources have alleged that she may have been on the run, fleeing from something or someone she felt was closing in on her. The wig, they suggest, was meant to keep her identity hidden just long enough to escape. But unfortunately, she never got the chance. Shortly after leaving the salon, Anne Heche was involved in a catastrophic car crash. Her vehicle slammed into a home at high speed, engulfing both the car and the building in flames. The incident was horrific, and the images that emerged were difficult to process. But perhaps the most shocking moment came when Anne, despite her proclaimed critical injuries, attempted to get up from the gurney as first responders rushed to save her life. She fought, she struggled, she seemed desperate to escape, even in her final moments of consciousness.
Actress Anne Heche remains in a coma after that fiery car crash. Her condition is far worse than originally believed.
Oh my gosh.
According to her spokesperson, she's in critical condition and on a ventilator.
Back then, the media tried to pass Anne Heche's demise as a DUI. However, that contrasts the testimony of the last person who saw her, the salon owner, Richard Glass. In an interview that took place immediately after the incident, Richard Glass made 2 points clear. The first is that Anne Heche was not inebriated. She spoke clearly and was very polite to him. Number 2, she seemed to be in a hurry, so much so that she did not want the red wig she purchased from him cut or styled. But what or whom was she running from?
She looked up top and said, hey, can I buy that red wig? I said, sure. So I went up to grab it for her. I told her, I said, it's not cut or styled. She says, no worries. I want it anyway.
Did she appear in any way inebriated or drunk or impaired?
She did not. She wasn't slurring her words.
This is where Joe Rogan enters the story. For years, Rogan has cultivated relationships with insiders, whistleblowers, and people who operate in the shadows of the entertainment industry. He has used his platform to expose uncomfortable truths and give voice to those who have been silenced. And according to recent buzz, Rogan may have come into possession of information, or perhaps even audio footage, that sheds light on what really happened to Anne Anne Heche. While Joe Rogan hasn't publicly confirmed the tapes in his possession, those close to his circle suggest that he has been asking questions, and the answers he is getting point back to one name, Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen's mean. She's so mean. Meanwhile, there's people are out there risking their life to stop human trafficking. They're rescuing children from human trafficking.
Yes.
What is this? 72 million missing children. 72 missing children across Indiana, Iowa, Ohio, and Georgia in the past several weeks.
Anne Heche's relationship with Ellen was one of the most talked about romances of the late 1990s. At a time when same-sex relationships were still heavily stigmatized in Hollywood, Anne and Ellen were pioneers, a high-profile couple who dared to live their truth in public. But behind the fairy tale, there were whispers of control, manipulation, and fear. Anne later described the industry's reaction to their relationship as career-ending for her. She claimed she was blacklisted, pushed out, and forced to watch from the sidelines as Ellen's star continued to rise. And now, years later, Anne was allegedly teasing a documentary that would expose it all.
You broke up with her because she had a lot of money, or you broke up with her because...
I broke up with her because her goal was to have a lot of money, and mine was to find love, and hers was I want 60 billion. Good luck. Our forks are never going to meet.
According to reports, Anne had been working on a project, a tell-all documentary that promised to pull back the curtain on Hollywood's darkest secrets, and Ellen's name was reportedly in the mix. Anne had hinted that she was ready to speak her truth, to reveal what she had witnessed and experienced during her time in the industry. For years, she had been dismissed, labeled as erratic, and pushed to the margins. But now, she was ready to talk. Was that why she was on the run? If Anne Heche was preparing to expose powerful people, her sudden death would not be an accident. It would be a warning. To understand why Ellen DeGeneres might be at the center of this, we must examine her pattern of proximity to power. From the outside looking in, Ellen was more than just a daytime TV host. She was a woman with access to people and places that most could only dream of. Consider her interview with Diddy. She pressed him about his parties, asked about the after parties, and appeared to know exactly what went on behind closed doors. Consider the time she had a cougar on her show and invited Justin Bieber into the conversation, making inappropriate comments about his looks and suggesting she would like to spend time with him outside of work. Consider the awkward hidden camera moment with Selena Gomez, where Ellen attempted to prank her in a way that left Selena visibly uncomfortable. These were not isolated incidents, they were patterns.
When I have a job, then what happens is that they have to kiss me sometimes. We've discussed this many times. Right. But when I don't have a job, nobody, did you see? No! Oh my God, no! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Yes, what? So I thought that you were gonna scare me when I came in. I don't know why. So in my dressing room, you have the bathroom with the cameras. So I put towels all over the cameras, and I went and peed in Kobe Bryant's dressing room because I was scared.
Well, you're right. I was trying to scare you.
Really?
You got here an hour early, and I was trying to scare you, and it was 2. So it doesn't matter if you put the stuff over the cameras. I had to be in there, and you got here before I could get. I was going to hide.
See?
You were right.
Yes.
You ruined it.
I'm sorry.
You ruined it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's okay.
Okay.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Oh,
I'll get you.
Then there was the moment Ellen suddenly turned into a detective. She secured the only interview with Stephen Paddock, the man who took down one of Las Vegas's most notorious shooters. It was an unusual booking for a daytime talk show, and it raised eyebrows at the time.
Stephen Paddock, and do not ask me for sources, but Stephen Paddock. Who's that? He was the guy that shot up the Vegas concert. That was a very tragic thing. Listen to this. The only guy that saw Stephen Paddock alive, his name is Jesus Campos. He was a guard at Mandalay Bay. He got interviewed nowhere else. You know where he got interviewed in the beginning? Ellen.
Really?
Weird. And then they went on, if you could find that clip, they went on with a weird diagram of how it happened, and Ellen's showing the people how it happened. Not like an emotional, how are you feeling, how are you holding up? It was a weird diagram of and then he went to the left and to the right. It was very strange to, look, what the hell's going on? This is a daytime show.
Why would Ellen, a comedian known for dancing in games, be granted exclusive access to a story of that magnitude? The answer most people arrived to was because she had connections, she had influence, and she had a network that extended far beyond the entertainment world. Let's not forget her interview with Hillary Clinton, the former First Lady, presidential candidate, and one of the most powerful women in American politics, sat across from Ellen like an old friend. The conversation was warm, friendly, and carefully controlled. But it was another reminder that Ellen moved in circles where power and secrecy intersected.
Right? Now they want Leo. But it's again, I think we could do the one-term, second term. I mean, all right.
But nothing blew her cover wide open like the flood of former staff members who stepped forward with their stories. The toxic workplace allegations were not just about a difficult boss. They were about a woman who allegedly ruled with fear, demanded absolute loyalty, and punished anyone who stepped out of line. Producers spoke of walking on eggshells. Guests described feeling uncomfortable. And behind it all, there were whispers of an NDA culture so strict that no one dared speak the truth.
I think I know the answer to this. The worst place you worked?
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres, obviously.
Yeah, you were early on the this place is toxic.
First day of work. Not making this up because there was already about 5 writers there when I got hired. I walk into her office, which was the writer's room. It was like a loungy kind of writer's room. And I walk in and I'm standing in the middle of the floor and she goes, "Oh, we got the new writer. Let's take a look at you." Okay, turn around. And that was my first thought of like, oh, this is gonna be that. This is gonna be me as the guy. I was the only guy on the staff at that point. Like, this is how I'm gonna be treated, you know.
And from a gay woman, you would think it would be not that, I guess.
And then came the Epstein connection. The name Ellen DeGeneres reportedly surfaced in the Epstein files in a way that shocked even the most hardened observers.
So there's a claim circulating right now that the Epstein files reveal Ellen DeGeneres as, and I'm quoting this directly from the posts, Hollywood's most prolific cannibal, that she consumed human flesh.
Jeffrey Epstein's obsession with pizza has been documented in court filings and witness testimony. The word pizza reportedly appeared in coded language used by Epstein and his associates. And Ellen, for reasons that have never been fully explained, shared an oddly similar obsession. She ordered pizza at the 2016 Oscars and went on to feature the dish multiple times on her show.
This crazy idea that I will order pizza, and so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer, yes? Harrison?
Incredible at her
Yes.
house, too.
Yeah. She does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza.
Wonderful pizza. All right.
And now there are rumors that Ellen may be suffering from a rare disease caused by prions, a condition linked to the consumption of contaminated food. The whispers are unconfirmed, but they have been circulating in online forums and among those who track the health of Hollywood's elite.
So Ellen DeGeneres is going blind, allegedly, due to a disease called Kuru. Now, Kuru is a rare but fatal brain disease, and it's caused by a protein called prion. Now, I'm going to show you why it's linked, the disease that is, why it's linked to cannibalism, because a lot of people seem to not understand how things work. And I read a lot. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just a nerd that likes to follow up on things, and I read into things, and this shit just blew my mind. So, a prion is a protein that's folded incorrectly. Now, we naturally have what's called PRP in our brain. It's naturally occurring.
The circle is closing. Anne Heche is gone. Her documentary may never see the light of day. But Joe Rogan is still asking questions. And if the tape he allegedly has ever surfaces, the truth about what happened to Anne Heche and who was responsible could finally come out. What do you think happened in those final hours? Was Anne Heche running from something? And if so, will the truth ever be allowed to surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get this conversation going because this story is far from over. And if you thought this was wild, click the next video to dive even deeper into the secrets of Hollywood's elite and the people who may have paid the ultimate price.